Imagine being so powerful and influential that your name echoes through the halls of history, not as a king or an emperor, but as a slave who ignited the world. Such is the story of Spartacus, a slave whose unparalleled defiance transformed him into a legend, leading one of the most extraordinary rebellions in history. You see, in a time when Rome was the beacon of civilization, a world of unparalleled might and sophistication, there existed a dark underbelly that powered its remarkable achievements: slavery. Among these countless souls condemned to invisibility was a man whose destiny was not to live in chains, but to break them, rallying thousands to his cause and shaking the very foundations of the Roman Republic. That man was Spartacus, and this is his story. Born around 111 BC in Thrace, now known as modern-day Bulgaria or Macedonia, the tale of Spartacus's early life balances on the edge between legend and historical fact. Thrace, a land known for its fierce warriors and stormy relationship with the Roman Republic, sometimes allies, sometimes adversaries, likely forged Spartacus's resilience and thirst for independence. And then, as if destiny had laid out a path for him, this background would come to define the spirit of Spartacus. Spartacus's life was deeply connected to that of his wife, a fellow Thracian. Unlike the mythical portrayals of prophetesses and visions, what history reliably conveys is the bond of solidarity and shared struggle against their oppressors. Her presence in Spartacus's life symbolizes not just a personal companionship, but also a shared Thracian heritage and identity, reinforcing his determination against Roman enslavement. Yet, before the arena as a gladiator, Spartacus is believed to have been a soldier in the Roman auxiliary army, his skills honed within the legions of Rome. This background gave him a military experience that would become the backbone of one of history's most legendary uprisings. So as destiny would have it, Spartacus's transition from a Roman soldier to a captive remains shrouded in mystery, possibly due to desertion or being captured during Rome's battles. In a time when the Republic was aggressively expanding, many, including Spartacus, were caught. His background as a Thracian warrior and combat skills, valuable in the legions, ironically made him a perfect fit for the gladiatorial arenas. Transported from the battlefields to the brutal confines of captivity, Spartacus found himself at the notorious gladiatorial school of Gnaeus Cornelius Lentulus Vadia, also known as Lentulus Batiatus by Plutarch. This school, located near Capua in present-day Italy, was an unforgiving training ground for gladiators and infamous for its rigorous discipline and brutal conditions. Here, amidst the blood and sand, Spartacus was to learn the art of gladiatorial combat, a spectacle designed for the entertainment of Roman citizens and the glory of the Republic. You know, life as a gladiator in ancient Rome was a paradox of honor and brutality, fame and despair. These enslaved warriors, often prisoners of war, criminals, or social outcasts, were thrust into public spectacles. Despite the glorification of adulation from the masses and the slim chance of earning freedom through victory, the brutal reality for most was a short and violent life. For Spartacus, this existence offered the challenge of survival and an opportunity to defy the very system that sought to exploit him. Confronted by harsh realities, Spartacus and his fellow gladiators began plotting their escape. The desire for freedom from the ludus' confines and their Roman captors' cruelty sparked their initial motivation. Yet, it was more than just personal freedom at stake. Spartacus envisioned a wider liberation for all oppressed by Roman rule. In 73 BC, Spartacus didn't just flee like a rabbit. He led a group of 70 to 200 gladiators in a massacre, showcasing his capable leadership. This group, including famed fighters like Crixus, Gannicus, Onomaus, and Castus, was marked by ethnic diversity yet united in purpose. Their collective breakout, fueled by desperation and Spartacus's rallying call, underscored the power of unity and the beginning of a significant uprising. Armed with makeshift weapons crafted from kitchen utensils, Spartacus and his comrades launched a surprise attack against their guards, turning an initial act of rebellion into a full-blown escape. They skillfully fought their way out of the gladiatorial school and, once free, quickly seized wagons, armor, and weapons from nearby Roman outposts, significantly improving their capabilities. This daring breakout into the surrounding countryside wasn't merely an escape from bondage, it marked the beginning of a rebellion poised to challenge the Roman Republic's very foundations. You see, after their escape, Spartacus and his followers strategically sought refuge on the slopes of Mount Vesuvius, utilizing the natural fortress to their advantage. Here, Spartacus's burgeoning army encountered its first significant confrontation with the Roman forces. Led by the confident Roman praetor Gaius Claudius Glaber, who underestimated the rebels due to their numerical inferiority, the Romans laid siege to the base of Vesuvius, anticipating a swift victory. However, with ingenious foresight, Spartacus guided his forces along a previously unseen path on the volcano's slope, executing a surprise attack from the rear. This decisive and unforeseen victory not only solidified Spartacus's stature as a formidable strategist, but also marked the emergence of his rebellion as a credible threat to Roman dominance, boosting the morale and unity of his followers. As the Third Servile War escalated, Spartacus's forces had grown from a band of escapees to a cohesive army of over 70,000 slaves and gladiators embarking on a campaign to liberate the Italian countryside. They moved from town to town, villa to villa, breaking chains and rallying the enslaved to their cause. This period saw significant growth in their numbers, as slaves, disillusioned soldiers, and those marginalized by Roman society joined the ranks. Their actions disrupted the Roman economic system, particularly in the fertile Campania region, where they liberated numerous estates. While attempts to expand the rebellion to Sicily via the recruitment of pirates were ultimately unsuccessful, the strategic liberation of storages and securing of resources showcased Spartacus's military acumen and his army's growing threat to Rome. As the war waged on, the Roman Republic escalated its military efforts against Spartacus's uprising, initially underestimating the rebellion's strength. The tide turned with the appointment of Marcus Licinius Crassus. Armed with political ambition and wealth, Crassus reorganized the legions, enforcing discipline and a strategic approach to dismantle the uprising. He built fortifications to constrict Spartacus's movements, methodically cornering the rebel forces through a series of calculated engagements. The involvement of notable figures such as Pompey the Great underscored the rebellion's significant threat to Rome. Crassus's relentless campaign gradually eroded the strength of Spartacus's army, leading to a pivotal defeat. And very soon after, the final battle of the Spartacus rebellion was fought in 71 BC near the Silarus River in Lucania, marking the tragic end of the uprising and the death of its leader. While historical accounts vary, they agree on the ferocity with which Spartacus fought in his last stand. It is said that Spartacus attempted to charge directly towards Marcus Licinius Crassus, the commander of the Roman forces, but was ultimately surrounded and killed in the fight that followed. The exact details of his death are lost to history, as his body was never identified among the slain. This anonymity in death belies the significant impact of his life, a testament to his enduring legacy as a symbol of resistance and struggle for freedom. In the wake of the rebellion's end, the defeat of Spartacus and his army echoed profoundly across Rome. Crassus's immediate response, crucifying 6,000 rebels along the Appian Way, was a grim spectacle intended as a deterrent to future dissent, vividly illustrating the lengths to which Rome would go to maintain its grip on power. This act not only cemented Crassus's reputation for ruthlessness, but also significantly elevated his political standing, paving his way into the first triumvirate with Pompey and Caesar. Thus, the fall of Spartacus, while closing a chapter on slave rebellions, paradoxically opened another, setting Crassus on a path that would contribute to Rome's pivotal shift from republic to empire, forever altering its political landscape. Reflecting on the ripples of history, the legacy of Spartacus endures as a potent symbol of the universal struggle for freedom and equality, resonating with the stories of other champions of liberty throughout history. Celebrated across art, literature, and film, his tale of resistance against oppression and his indomitable spirit continue to inspire. From the TV series Spartacus, 2010-2013, to Stanley Kubrick's iconic 1960 film, his story transcends time, further immortalizing him as a cultural icon. Spartacus's name, synonymous with rebellion and defiance against unjust authority, echoes in contemporary movements worldwide, a testament to the enduring impact of his fight for freedom, reminding us that the quest for dignity and liberty is as relevant today as it was 2 millennia ago. Listen, as we reflect on the great and unfortunate things of Spartacus's journey from slave to icon, we're facing a question. Was he a hero or merely a symbol of doomed defiance? Dive into this conversation by sharing your thoughts in the comments. Also, let us know which historical tales you're eager to explore next. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.